Okay, recording. I'm going to share my screen also. The screen share. Okay, please confirm if you can hear me properly and if you can see my screen. Okay, so now we have a new NetAcad system as mentioned before. So if you tap netacad.com, you have this. So we have for now two options: the new NetAcad that is here, or the old one, the legacy NetAcad. So if you want to view your old stuff before, you click on Legacy, NetAcad, and login. See, you enter your email, same thing, your password. Then you could see your old stuff. If you want to still read your IT essentials, it will end the end of December. So end of December, you won't be able to access it anymore. But for now, you still have 4 months to do some revisions or what. And this is our CCNA class. You can still access it. And it will close in February 2020. Yeah, February. So you can still read and study, do your packet tracer. So now we are doing the new CCNA2. Everything now, from now on, will be in the new system that is NetAcad here. Then you click here, you wait, and you log on again, and you'll see your course. So let me check my class. Let me check. Let me check my class. So we have this. Let me check. Manage learners. So Dominic, I need to join. Sangani, Mark. Okay, so we are waiting for others to log on. So it's a new system, it's brand new, but it's the same. It's so now you click on your course, switching, routing, and wireless essentials. Then it will bring you this, where you can see the title for CCNA2. So here we'll do a lot of switching, routing, and wireless. So these are the chapters. So these are the chapters. Basic device configuration. Okay, that one we won't spend too much time because it's CCNA1. It's it's like CCNA1. Basic device configuration, switching concept. So now we're going to take equipment per equipment and study what each equipment does. So in CCNA1, it was a bit of general introduction to networking. So now here, device by device. So we'll start with switch. What the switch is, what kind of configurations we can do. So all these things, so we do them in companies. We do them in companies. So please take it seriously. You can also be your own boss, create your own company, be an entrepreneur, or IT support, IT technician, network support, network administrator, anything related to IT. So we'll check a bit of switching technology. After that, we'll study routing technologies. and a bit of wireless. So these are the chapters that you can check. You can view. So if I go to this first chapter, something we did already in CCNA1, basic things. So now you can see that it looks like the IT essentials design. So you have all these things. What will I learn? How to configure basic switch, the host name, the name of the device, the three type of password, the message of the day, the banner, how to encrypt all password, how to force users to get a password length, how to configure SSH, telnet, and all of this. So how to configure port, secure port basic, and so this one you can read by yourself, and we have videos how to install packet tracer. We did CCNA1. And how to use packet tracer. I think we did also. And you also have our YouTube videos. All the recording are there, so that you can still. You just need to check the name. For example, CCNA1 revisions, or chapter 13, 14, or chapter 11, CCNA live. So yeah, everything is here. You can watch again. So our goal is to give you good knowledge, so that you can get a good job. We have a video also that you can watch. We did a lot of labs on it. And how to configure the switch when a device boots up. What are the steps? If it seems like your PC, when you power on, you can see Windows loading. And then you can see your desktop and start working. Do the same. So a switch and a router, they behave like a laptop, a PC. Same thing for our cell phones. We are all small PCs. So we check if all the components are good first, then you can work. If something is wrong, it will let you know. It will send you some beeps. Also, we did check if you have Windows 7 and Windows 8 installed on your PC. When you start, you'll see a screen where it's going to ask you which Windows you want to load. It's the same thing for the switch of the router. You can force it to boot with Windows 10 or Windows 10. So all these things we did in CCNA1. So I will have to buy a switch later where we can do some practicals. That's why I say, please guys, pay your fees so that I can use it to buy our equipment. And yeah, we'll look at that yourself. You can go to Chrome, you can type Cisco switch. Cisco switch. Nowadays with internet, you can see anything anywhere. Cisco switch, go to image. We have a lot of pictures around. But we need to get a physical one so that we can yeah, this is a switch. Each port, as you know, is connected to a PC. So we have a cable. We plug one RJ45 here and the other one to a PC. So the switch, its role is to connect all the PCs in one place. Then the switch will connect to the router to internet. So here we'll try to explain to you each LED, LED, like a bit what we did for IT Essentials. We'll explain each of them, what we're meaning. If you lost your device password, we have a plan to do that. So one day we'll do also that. If you want to manage your switch, you can use a console cable and terminal, the same thing we did for CCNA1. So this chapter 1 is a kind of revision of CCNA1. Switch virtual interface, always. So this one we did already. So please get. So when we do the labs, we'll come back here to do again. So it's good for us to start with chapter 2 so that we can learn something new. So chapter 2 is what? Switching concepts. So here, we're going to learn more about switching. What is that thing here? Switching concepts. This one something new. So this course, even if we are done with the exam, you can still access it until May next year. You can still study if you're looking for a job and you want to make some quick revisions, or you want to make your own notes again. You can still have access to the course. So in this chapter, they say you can connect and configure switches. That is great. But even a network with the newest technology develops its own problems, usually. This module gives you the fundamental of switches and operations. So switch operations, very easy to understand, not difficult. So a switch, this guy, each port will get connected to a PC. Now, if a PC want to send a message, the message will come to the switch. If you open this switch, inside it like a PC, the motherboard, we have RAM, we have anything you want. What the switch will deal with your data. How the switch will know that I need to forward to there and there. So when the switch receives your packet, your frame, because the switches they operate at layer 2 of OSI model. When the switch will receive your frame, we have two options. Either he'll check if everything is good before he forward it, or he'll check the destination place. If you see the destination place, for example, okay, this frame is for Pretoria, I just send it to Pretoria. We call it cut and forward. But if you want to double check if your parcel, so let's say you want to send an envelope to somewhere, we're going to check if there is no damage, if the destination is properly written, the source is properly written, if all good, then so you're going to analyze all your data first before you send. So that one we call it. I'm going to tell you now. So that one we call it store and forward. So we'll see how we switch forward frames, and so here it doesn't go down. Frame forwarding, or when your parcel or your envelope reaches the switch, what will be done. So first thing first, when you have your piece, your switch, if you connect a network cable to one port, so we did check the MAC address table. So the switch say, okay, on port one, this is the MAC address of the PC that is connected to me. On port two, if you connect to PC A, and the MAC address is here, so it's going to record any cable you plug. The switch will record the MAC address of the PC. So if on port 6 I plug PC6, the MAC address of PC6 will be recorded in the MAC address table of the switch. You can play around here if you want to. Yeah, so we switch then on each port, he will know which address. So if you want to chat with AB, the switch will know that AB is located on my port 6. So it will forward your packet or your data to port 6. So that's the meaning of this demo. So check here. So PC1 want to communicate with what is it? EA, because EA is known and connected on port 4, it will go there. So if a port receives a parcel or a letter that is not its destination MAC address, it will ignore it. So, and that's why in the switch we have a MAC address table. I think we did check that. I'm not sure if it's you or but we did now. And so who can confirm that we did check the switch MAC address table? Sometimes I have many classes, I don't know who. Okay, let me open my packet tracer. Packet tracer. The Y is still opening. So I'll try to do a demo for you. So inside the switch, we have a table, the MAC address table of all connected PCs. All connected PCs. So for example, I put here a switch. I put some PCs. I connect them. I open my switch here. I tap enable, show MAC address table. So this is the table. It will show a VLAN, and it's something we'll do next chapter, MAC address and report. So for now, it's blank because there is no traffic. Let's say I add IP addresses here. 192.168.1.2. Here, because I don't have a router, it means I don't have a default gateway. Remember the default gateway stuff we did? Here, I put just some IP addresses, 3. Here, I put this 4. Then PC1, I'll check if I can ping someone else. Let me check if I can ping myself. Let's check if I can ping PC3 or PC. Dot 3, it's fine. 4, okay, it's also fine. So now let's go back to our MAC address table. And now we can see that on port F1, I have a MAC address of a PC connected. On port 3, I have a MAC address of a PC connected. On port 2, I have MAC address of a PC connected. So when you send, if PC1 want to communicate with PC2 here, when the data arrives here with frame, the switch is going to analyze the frame because inside, and we did check, we have a source MAC address, destination MAC address. It's going to check that. Where do you come from? Where do you want to go? So we switch, we learn the source MAC address. Where do you come from? If you're not in my MAC address table, I'll add you. And where do you want to go? So if I know you, if I know the destination from my MAC address table, I forward to a relevant port. Else, if I don't know, I will broadcast to all port except where the traffic comes from. So here you have a video explaining this. So you can check also that video. So how a switch will forward your parcel? You can store and forward. It means you're going to check your source, destination, if you frame your packet, your parcel is not damaged, if everything is well protected, source, destination, if all good, then it's going to forward. So it takes a bit longer. Else, you can also use cut through. When he receives your parcel, you're going to check, okay, destination Pretoria, just forward. He doesn't care about if your parcel damaged, no. So check this. This one is very important. You can read it and we continue. Okay. So now we're going to explore to explain more store and forward. We're going to check if there are some errors, if your package is not damaged, and what. So this one you can read. So you're going to check each section of the frame of your packet. Is all good? Then cut through. You'll only check maybe the destination, and you'll send automatically. He doesn't have time to check each of them. So it's faster, but not always guaranteed that it will. So the frame can begin with forwarding as soon as destination MAC address is received. Okay, we'll do a lab a bit later. Collision and broadcast domain. So in IT, we have two things very important. Broadcast. So let's say we have a class of 10. If I'm talking to all of you guys, I'm broadcasting. I'm talking to anyone, everyone. If I'm talking to ladies only, it's a multicast. It's a group inside my entire class. If it's one-to-one, it's unicast. So collision domain and broadcast domain, you get the definition here. It mostly when you have half duplex, because on the link, you can configure. Nowadays, everything is sorted. In the old days, it was like that. Each port is configured as full duplex. It means on my network interface card, I can send and receive data at the same time. We call it full duplex. On a port, you can send and receive at the same time. We call it full duplex. If one is half duplex means I can send only and I wait. If the road is empty, now I can receive. It's like you want to cross the road. You check left and right. If it's free, you cross the road. If a car coming, you wait. So this is how half duplex is. So if here is half duplex, that's a full duplex, you will have a collision. So you must make sure they are all full duplex, full duplex. And we must also have the same speed. Here cannot be 100 meg and that side is 1 meg. No, it won't. So if you have mismatches, you have collisions. You can see that the network is slow, or you send data, it doesn't go. It means you did your configuration. So here we'll try to explain full duplex, half duplex. Okay, here is not too much important. So if you want to avoid congestions in the network, must make sure all the port we have is same speed, we have the same full duplex or half duplex, the same. But nowadays everything is full duplex, full duplex. So we have many things to check. Make sure everything's the same from A to B. Then your network will be fine. Else you can get some delays. You can send data, it doesn't arrive, or you receive an error message. After that, as you know, you can check your knowledge. Which port speed auto negotiate between 1 gig NIC with 100, who knows, let's say 1 gig. Question 2, which device separate broadcast domain? Normally it's a router that separates broadcast domain. Well, if you have a router, each port of a router is a broadcast domain. Which two special characteristics? Or maybe something like that. And you can check your knowledge. You can check. That's not right. You have not successfully. Please try again. So we got only 33%. So question 3, we got only 1 correct. Question 2, we got 1 correct. Question 1, we got wrong. And do it again. Reset. So all the answers are above the same thing we did for IT Essentials. If you read the page, at the end of the page, you have a test about what you just read. And you can practice until you find your good answers. So this chapter is a short one. What a switch is, it's a layer 2 switch, it's a layer 2 device. We deal with frames. Each port of the switch is connected to a PC. As soon as you connect the cable, you plug here, you plug to the PC, the port will record the MAC address of your PC and put it in a table inside the switch. That table is a MAC address table. Now, how we switch forward data, cut through, I receive a destination, I send directly, or store and forward, I check the your entire frame. If all good, no damage, then I send. So that's all you should know for this chapter 2. It's a very short one. It's a very short one. So chapter 1 is a revision of CCNA1, how to configure host name, banner, the password, how to encrypt. So Something that's more important in a switch is called VLAN. I'll just give you the introduction, and next time we'll. So what is VLAN? Let me show you here. So let's say these guys, your it's something really simple. If you're here and I add other stuff, other PCs here. Oh. Fill color, I took, no. Yeah. Okay, put like that. And I connect. So this is a design. So we have people in the green building and people in the gray building. In the gray building, they can communicate with each other. So if you set up a VLAN, it's a virtual LAN, like virtual class. I have a class A, I have a class B here. So anyone in the same class, and we can talk to each other, can communicate. Class A also. But if you're not in the same class, you cannot communicate. You need to go out your class and go look for this class to come here and talk to people. See? This is what we call VLAN. You group pieces in a place. In the old days, it was physical place. But with VLAN, it's no longer physical. It means this guy in the gray area can be here in the green. This guy can be in the gray, but he can still talk to the green. So how the switch will know who you are, each port, I'll say, for example, port 1, your green VLAN. So if you come and plug a PC to a green port, it's green VLAN. So now with VLAN, we don't care where you are. You can be in a different class, but you still can talk to your people. So it means on the switch, we're going to configure some ports. Which port belong to which VLAN? Meaning that if I'm on 10th floor, I plug my PC to the green VLAN. If these guys we are on the first floor, me, I'm in the 10th floor, I can still communicate with my people. Because on the switch, I did configure green class port 1, 2, 3. So if I plug your PC to one of these ports, automatically you belong to the green VLAN. We don't care if you're on first floor, second floor, third floor, that's why we say virtual. So what will happen here? I explain VLAN, it's what I explained. Now we'll see how, when we take the switch, how to configure a port to be in different VLAN. We do that in companies, so it's very, very important to know. What we are doing now is pure networking now. CCNA1 is introduction. Now we go deep. So here we'll see the definition of VLAN. So you see VLAN 2. This PC is in first floor, this one is second floor, this one is third floor. but we are still in the same group. Why? Because if on a switch you configure a port to become VLAN 2, and you plug a PC to that port, automatically it joins VLAN 2. So now the deal is on the switch. Which port belongs to which VLAN? So to create VLANs, it's very simple. I'm going to show you. Cisco is not difficult. It's about practicing. You study all the time, at least 1 hour per day, one packet recipe per day. Okay. So if I open this, I press enter, enable. So how to create VLAN? You tap VLAN. You do another. What I'm doing, I'm just showing you. We'll have time to do more. We'll do a lot of labs. You can see VLAN 10, and you give a name. So why it's wrong here? It's wrong because I want to configure something, and I'm in the privilege mode. Configure terminal, VLAN 10, name. I can say finance department. I exit. I'm going to create another VLAN or another group or another office, VLAN 20. Name, I can say teachers, teachers, and exit. I can create another one, VLAN 30, name, management. Exit, and I save. Do, copy, run, start. I can end to go out. Now, if I want to view my VLANs, I tap show VLAN. If you tap show VLAN, you press enter. Show VLAN. I'm still in my switch. So if you don't configure any VLAN, you have your switch, no VLAN is configured. By default, you have a VLAN called VLAN 1. And by default, all the ports of your switch, they belong to that VLAN, to a default VLAN 1. So we can never delete VLAN 1. Job interview, we can ask you, how can I delete VLAN 1? We can never. It by default, it's the way it is. And all the ports are in VLAN 1 with default 1. Now you can see the VLAN ID and the name that I created. It likes some offices. Office 30, it's for management people. Office number 20, it's for teachers people. Office 10, it's finance people. So now here I created my offices. I need to bring some port inside. So how to do that? No worries, we have time to do many times. We have a lot of labs for that. You can also tap show VLAN brief. Brief, it won't show a lot of always, it make it clean, simple. So show VLAN brief, we'll use it a lot. So now how to assign a port. For example, port 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to put them in finance. It means if I plug a PC on port 2, automatically it will go to finance department. So make sure how you organize your port. So how to do that? Conf T, because I want to configure. I go to interface, let's say interface FA01. I tap switch port mode access. If I say switch port mode access, it means it will carry data for only one VLAN. We'll do many times. After that, switch port access VLAN, for example, 10. This is how we assign a port. This is the port, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 10. I save, do, copy, run, start. I end, show VLAN brief. Now you can see that port 1 is no longer on top here, but now port 1 belongs to finance. It means if you configure a PC, you go to a switch with network cable, you plug on port 1, automatically this PC will go to finance people. So if you're a manager and you plug a manager PC in port 1, you'll have problems because all the security for finance will get applied to him. So make sure when you organize your port, in which department it falls. Finance people, they cannot communicate with teachers people. They cannot communicate with management people. So we are different offices. So it's something like that. I will do a lot for VLAN, how to classify your ports on your switch. This switch, we can classify them. If you don't classify, it's brand new. By default, all the ports will belong to the default VLAN, VLAN 1. If you create different VLANs, now you assign port to these offices. It's up to you to do that. So we have time to do all these things. Benefit of VLAN for security purpose. It makes your switch more clear, and you must document. You must have a paper, your block note where you register all your stuff. So here you can see some benefits of VLANs. You can read a bit later. Now we have 5 types of VLANs. The default VLAN, as I explained, if you don't configure anything, by default, we have default VLAN, and all the ports will belong to. Then we have data VLAN. Your YouTube video you download, your email you send, your normal data you can put them in you can create a data VLAN. Management VLAN. You are at home, you want to remotely log on your switch SVI, you have telnet or SSH. You put a port, that port for SSH in that. If you have IP phones in your company, you put all your IP phones in. You see all your IP phones, you put them in a voice VLAN. So these are the different type of VLAN. We have 5. Native VLAN, it's so each VLAN has a stamp. It means what? I'm in the blue VLAN here, in the green VLAN. If a data leaves this VLAN to go to a switch, this data will be color green. So the switch will know, you're color green, you come from green VLAN. If a guy from a data comes from the gray VLAN, monitoring, say, you are gray, means you come from gray VLAN. If a PC doesn't belong to no VLANs, this one will belong to a native VLAN. It means it doesn't belong to anywhere. You don't have papers. We don't know your country. You come from where? Then we classify you in native VLAN. This is what we call native VLAN. We'll do some labs, no worries. After that, we'll do some labs, defining trunk, So next time we'll do section 3. We'll do, I'll do a packet tracer. So while I'm doing the packet tracer, I'll explain all this stuff. So anything else is about configuration. So I'll take a lab and I'll do the demo. It's very simple, not difficult at all. Very, very simple. So let's stop for now. So next time, I'll let you know if it's Thursday or not. I'll let you know. So please, guys, your network engineers, guys, now study, because as I explained to you, job interview, you're maybe 50 will pick the best of the best. Will take one. So study. Don't wait for someone. Minimum 2 hours per day. Minimum. I've been through that. I'm teaching that for more than 10 years. I studied CCNA in 2004, so I know what I'm talking about. Cisco, to be friends, study all the time. Do your labs all the time. Okay, guys, I think we can stop for today. Next time we'll do the configuration of VLANs. I'll take a lab and I'll do step by step for you. So chapter 1 is a revision of CCNA1. You can go through it. Switching concept, very simple theory. VLAN we'll do a bit later. So please, guys, study and you'll be fine. She said, if you pass CCNA1, anything else is easy. The most difficult was CCNA1 because everything is new. You don't know what. But not anything else. It's more packet tracer and very nice. Any questions? Okay, if no questions, I'm going to grab the register. As Calabrini, we always need who attend classes and notes. Okay, guys, if no questions, please enjoy your new version of CCNA now. Study. If you have questions, you can put in the WhatsApp group. We help you, or you can contact me. Okay, thank you very much, guys, and we'll meet again